Hey there, and welcome into another round of Duets with Mr. Murray. This one is going to be on page 5, and it's going to be number 5. Before we jump right into this one, let's just talk about the rhythm for a second. So this one uses a technique in music called syncopation, which is basically when you emphasize a beat that's not normally emphasized. So in music, we usually have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. The big beat is beat 1. This one, if you look at the accents, we're going to emphasize those beats a little more. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Let's do it right about there. Here we go. Starting on the top line on the note D. 1, 2, ready. Yeah. All right, that might be a little weird the first couple times you do it, so please feel free to rewind the video if you need to. Let's jump down to the second line. So this one starts on B flat, and the rhythm is exactly the same as that first line. 1, 2, ready, and go. All right, and you really want to make sure in between those half notes you're still counting 1, 2, 3, 4 the whole time. All right, so let's do this duet style. Why don't you jump back up to the top line that starts on D, and I'll be on the bottom line. 1, 2, ready, and go. All right, hopefully that sounds really pretty. Let's switch it up. You jump down to the bottom line that starts on B flat, and I'll go up to the top line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully that sounds really good. If the accents aren't really loud enough on the flute, one thing you can do is lower the volume of every other note. So that first measure, that second D you can play as loud as you normally play any other note, and the two that surround it you can just sort of bring down a little bit more. That might help out. Now let's make this a little more interesting. How about every D in this entire piece is flat? Okay, so instead of D natural with, thumb 2 and 3 and then 1, 2, 3, we're just going to do D flat. So just the pinky for a D flat. All right, so let's start on the top line playing every single D as a D flat instead. Okay, 1, 2, ready, go. All right, that's kind of a different sound. And it's going to sound much different when we add the bottom part too. So why don't you play that one again exactly the same way with all the D's flat, and I'm going to jump down to the bottom line. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, now why don't we switch? Why don't you jump down to the bottom line? And there's only one D in that bottom line, but please make sure that it's flat. And I'll jump back up to the top line. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and go. All right, cool. That's kind of a different flavor in this whole duet, changes the tonality completely to add the D flat. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that one. Please stay tuned for duets number 6, 7, 8, and 9 for our next series, and I'll see you there.